controversial campmate in the jungle this year. She fainted. She was pregnant. She fainted again. She was in prison. She fainted. She was scared of diggers, amongst many other things. She even smuggled seasoning in her knickers. You are what you eat, Gillian. Before she comes on to talk about her jungle experience for the very first time, let's take a look at some of her highlights from Down Under. Oh, we don't have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Gillian McKeith! Here are your jungle highlights, Gillian. No, they're not.
Oh, this will be the first time I've seen them.
I'm not even going to play along with them anymore.
We don't need to see them, Gillian, because we all remember them.
Have you had a chance to see some of
No,
them?
I've seen one clip, that's it.
Sit back and watch.
OK.
Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad.
I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
Other things just make you swear and curse.
Can't smoke in here, but I have nothing left.
When you're chewing on life's gristle.
There's no way I'm going to eat a penis.
That grumble.
Not fair.
Give a whistle.
Oh.
This'll help things turn out for the best.
We got 11 stars!
It doesn't look like you had a good time, Gillian.
No, I didn't.
What were
It's like
you...
a horror movie from start to finish that never ended.
Why
That was
did you
awful.
do it?
I don't know. I keep asking myself that question. What was I thinking?
Seriously, though, you know...
I just didn't realise what I was getting myself into. And I thought, Australia, a nice little holiday at the end, you know.
No, come on. It's been on air 10 years. You've got to
No,
know
I
what the show's
haven't ever
about.
watched the show. I have never seen
But
the
you
show.
say that, you see, now.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
You say you never watched the show before, but yet you knew that the one person you wanted to speak to when you came out was Katie Price.
Yeah,
How
because
did
they
you know that?
told me about this in the
But
Bush Tucker Telegraph
how did you know
room. I'll tell
to
you.
smuggle spices in your knickers because the food was going to be
Because I was
bland?
told the food would be bland,
But
and
why
so...
why did you agree to something you'd never seen before? I don't understand that. You want to sack your agent.
No, he's a lovely man.
Why didn't he say to you, no, Gillian, he must know you well enough to go, Gillian,
Well,
I don't think this is for
everyone
you.
knew that I was petrified. I'm a phobic. I have a phobia of spiders and insects.
Would you
and
not
lots
have been
of
better
things.
on Strictly?
If I could change it now, I would.
But Gillian, at the end of the day, you knew, even if you hadn't watched the show, you knew it was a jungle.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew
So
there were
you knew there'd be
insects,
creatures.
But I didn't think it would be the intensity of it was. I didn't think they'd be dumped on my head. And I didn't think that I would be voted for every single trial. Someone said, well, you might not get voted for anything. And then I thought, if I do get voted for a trial, I'll do my best. But I can't say that I'll be able to do all of it, you know.
Once that started to happen and you were voted time and time again,
Right.
did you become a little bit kind of aware of the fact that you were giving them what they wanted and that by reacting in the way that you did, you were just getting more tasks, more airtime?
At first, I didn't realise. And then people in the camp said, try not to scream. So I really did try, but the problem is when you have a phobia, it just doesn't happen like that. I went down there with the intention I would try to go through it and go, which is what apparently somebody else did.
If it's any
It just didn't
consolation,
work.
you didn't scream as much as me screaming at the telly watching.
The thing is, we did scream, and you were telly gold. It has to be said. We've got to give you credit where it's due. You were telly gold. You kept us watching every night. But as a viewer, I think the criticism that you perhaps got from viewers, it was quite frustrating, love, to see you doing the trial and sometimes just not even giving it a go. And everybody shouting at the thing.
I
Move
gave it a
the
go
digger!
every time.
Do the
well,
digger!
the digger thing, here's what happened. I'd been voted for every single trial since I got there. And by the time I got to that day, it wouldn't have mattered what the trial was. I was emotionally raw. I couldn't do it. In fact, what you probably haven't seen is every day I was in the Bush Telegraph crying, begging them to remove me. And by the time I got to the digger, I couldn't do it.
If you want to leave, you can leave at any time.
I know, but I didn't want to walk out. I'm not a quitter and I don't want to leave. You know, I wanted them to
Nigel
remove
had,
me.
and he had, you know, quite genuine personal reasons for doing
but I
it.
couldn't do that. And so by the time I got to that day, it wouldn't matter what the trial was. I was so exhausted because each day you get a trial, I'm anxious at the beginning when I hear... Well, no, I'm anxious the day before, worrying that I might get it. And then the next morning, I'm up to high dough. I'm in the Bush Telegraph explaining I can't do it. Get me out of here. Get me an exemption. Anything, please. I can't do this anymore. And so you're so tired and you don't have enough food. That's the other thing. There's not enough food. Yeah, the trial's done...
After breakfast?
Well, you don't get any breakfast.
OK.
So if you had managed to save something from the day before, then you get, like, maybe a scoop of something. But it was... No, most of the time you had nothing.
Half a knicker?
No. So there was nothing to eat, so your blood sugar levels were really low. You felt just not good. You had no energy. And so by the time I got down to that digger, there was a wheel here, there was a lever. I'm not a good driver at the best of times. So there was a wheel here, another wheel here, a lever, 2 buttons, another button. There were like 6 different things to coordinate. I couldn't get it all together without the help of the man. And then there was going to be some things dropping on my head, and it was all just too much. And I remember sitting there and tears, silent tears, no screaming, just coming down my face. I thought, I'm having a nervous breakdown. I can't do this. I felt my health
what it was for you,
just
a bit
going,
of a meltdown?
It was a complete meltdown. So it really wouldn't have mattered what the task was that day. I was just spent, and I tried to explain that to Ant and Deg. But then I came back the next day, and I did get my stars.
Yeah.
You know, I tried really hard, and I put my head under water, which is terrifying for me. I mean, I feel like I really did try, and I've overcome quite a lot. I walked across bridges at height, which I was petrified of. I know that it took me a while, OK? And I did put my head underwater. What else did I do? I went in a helicopter, which I was petrified of. I was camping. That alone was a nightmare. The ground was like an earthquake all the time.
Camping!
All these insects crawling everywhere.
Now, Gillian, there is so much more for us to talk to you about.
I mean, you know.
We are going to take a short break, but when we return, we're going to be talking about fainting, pregnancy, and Sean Ryder.
As you do.
We're back in 2.